Hello, how's it going, fourth graders? Great job on the op art projects last week. Week 2 of this project, I thought we would talk about adding some shading with colored pencil to make these even look more like they're popping out of your page. So, a lot of you are probably at this stage where you have a optical illusion that is black and white. Maybe you sharpied it, maybe you just did it in pencil. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to use a colored pencil to add a little bit more depth and value so this looks even more three-dimensional. Some of you might have done some colored pencil shading in the past, but I'm just going to give you some tips, some tricks, and if you'd like to add some color, this is what we're going to do on week 2 if you're done with doing your optical illusion, kind of the black and white part of it. So, why don't we take a look at my desk while I add a little shading. All right, so you have drawn out the first part of black and white of your optical illusion. Now I am going to show you how to add some color and add some shading to make this look even more three-dimensional. I'm not going to make you watch me shade this whole thing, but I'm going to focus on one of my columns to shade up. And you guys can go as many different colors, but I'd recommend going one color throughout one whole kind of column. You don't want to just keep on switching. I would just do a whole column from the top of the page to the bottom of the page, all one color. So I'm going to start with this one. So when I shade, I usually pick, the edges, and I press really hard with my pencil to make it very dark. And then I almost hold my pencil at the very top of the pencil so I am not able to press down as hard. And I start to shade and loosen up how much pressure I am putting on my colored pencil. Same thing on the other side. I usually go from opposite ends and then meet in the middle where I'm barely even pressing it by the middle. You'll see what I mean. So by the time you get in the very middle, it's like your pencil's barely touching the page and it's just rubbing a little tiny bit of the color onto there. So this might take forever if you do one column at a time. So I'd recommend doing about three sections at a time, pressing hard in the edges and then loosening up your pencil grip. And by the time you get to the middle, you're hardly even letting your pencil touch the page. It's just giving you a little bit of color. Do the same thing on the other side, those 3. Loosen it up as you get to the middle, barely pressing down your pencil. So it's like adding to that black, dark well that makes it look like it's going back into the page. So I'll do this column. Make sure you're pressing down on the sides and loosening up in the middle always. This is a difficult thing because you're just figuring out how hard to press. Definitely works well if you press very hard on the sides, but then barely press on the middle. All right, so that's my first one. Now you can repeat, you could change colors, you could do whatever kind of pattern you'd want, but I definitely would say do one color throughout one section and then switch, or you can do it all the same color. Good luck. Hopefully this helps you practice your shading, you're learning to add some value. This is called a highlight when you have that higher edge where it's kind of getting hit by a light and it looks lighter in the center. And then it's darker where it's going farther away from you, where it's kind of going back into the shadows. Good luck with this. Good luck. Hopefully you have a good time coloring up your optical illusion. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Have a great week.